the Super Channel Heart and Home After Show with special guests Vienna Leacock, Sarah Maberly, Chris McNally, Miranda McDougall, and now the host of the Super Channel Heart and Home After Show, Elliott Wallach.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Super Channel Heart and Home After Show. We just finished episode 9. Wow, what an amazing season. So much going on. We're going to kick this off with Vienna Leacock, who plays Angela Canfield. Tiffany talks to Vienna about some of the big changes and decisions Angela has had to make this season, particularly this episode. Let's take a look.
So this has been an interesting season for your character. A lot of changes, right? She's graduating.
Yeah.
Why do you think this was such a scary decision for her?
I think this was a scary decision for Angela because, you know, she's so close with her family, and this is not only for a teenager to be going off on their own, she has some things to think about. How is she going to be independent, like mentally and physically? And also Angela's big thing is that she always wants to fit in and she wants a normal life of a normal girl, but Angela's very different, and as much as she likes to be independent and her own self, she is also scared that maybe this is going to be a really scary big step, but she has her family there for her. And I think that also reflects on my life, like big things, going away to university or college. That's scary for me, but I have my family back at home too.
Yeah.
So I think I can also connect to the character in that way as well.
Are you graduating this year from high school?
High school, yeah. I graduated in June along with Jada, Grayson, and Christian, and we were kind of all in the same boat. We actually did graduate in the show, and now we're graduates. And we're still kind of planning out our lives as well.
Yeah.
So it's also a reflection on the characters.
So you're graduated. What are your plans? Do you want to keep acting? Do you have other things you want to do? Are you going to go off to college?
I would love to keep acting, yeah. I think that university and college is always going to be there, but now that I'm out of school, I would like to kind of make more time for acting, and I'm taking acting classes, and also I'd like to see some plays and maybe be in a play myself.
Have you done any plays?
Only in high school.
Okay.
And I'd also like to venture out to theater because I think it's an important part of film, and also just to like know the flip side of it.
Yeah. Well, Angela got to explore the college options. She went to that Schwartzman School for the Blind.
Yeah.
Where did you guys shoot that?
We actually turned the judge's office into the Schwartzman School, and we made it as if it was kind of like the lobby or just one of like the hangout spots for the kids at the school. It was pretty cool to see how they just like in one day or 1 or 2 days can just make that movie magic. But yeah, it was really pretty. I liked it. Come on, we don't want to be late for the tour.
And right there.
Ooh, this is beautiful.
Wow.
I think another set that was really special to me was the Schwartzman School. We knew that there was a school that we were sort of mirroring the idea off of, and so I did a lot of research on what that school actually looked like and brought a lot of those elements into this set. And then, of course, researching what colors and textures and such that aid for the visually impaired. And so being told that yellow is a really key color because it does reflect a lot of light. And so anyone on the spectrum of vision, you might be able to see that because of the light reflection. So yeah, that was, and I find that really special. I'm quite honored to be able to do a set like that, and because what it does is it allows me to research something that I would never have researched before, and learn about something that isn't in the forefront of my life at least. So that was a special. I'm glad that they did that.
Yeah, it was interesting also to be like in a different setting, but also on the same set and work with different people too.
Yeah, there are new people that came in who were also blind, right? They were playing blind characters. Yeah, how was that?
I got to work with two women, Keisha and Ginny, who were great. They were super fun. Yeah, I got to show them around the set just a bit during our breaks, and we kind of went through our positions a bit before, and also did more of like a perimeter for Ginny and Keisha, just so they knew where everything was beforehand. And yeah, our scenes went really well. They were really fun. They're great actors. It was kind of their first time on anything really big, and they like blew us all away, I think. But yeah.
Now, were they blind in real life?
They're blind in real life, yeah.
Oh,
Keisha and
okay.
Ginny, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I don't think I figured that out, or I didn't get that news until a bit before we were shooting, like a couple days before. But yeah, I also felt a lot of responsibility because these are people who I am representing, and I think it's also my job as an actress and someone who's representing people who are blind to like make them feel most comfortable, just make sure that they're not stressed out or anything, because it's a new environment. And also I remember being a newbie and how nerve-wracking it was being in front of people, and also you don't know how many people are gonna be there on the day with you. So
Right.
I think they had a good time, and I hope they did too. But yeah, it was such a great scene to do with real blind people, the people that I'm portraying.
Did that inform your actions any? Did you watch them and think, oh, okay.
I did, yeah. Peter DeLuise, one of our actors, or one of our directors, he, from season 8, would send videos on how blind people get around, how to read Braille, how to be beside someone while walking, going downstairs. And so while I was with Ginny and Keisha offset, it was kind of interesting being the person who is guided on film and now being with someone who needs to be guided as well. And I think I learned a lot from just their movements and like their authentic movements. It's like, oh, this is actually how you hold somebody's arm, or this is how they actually get down the stairs. It's not that complicated. And it was a big learning curve for me to see Keisha and Ginny walk around set and act as well. And I took a lot of like precious information from how they acted too.
Did they give you any advice?
Yeah, I think I asked along with my dad. We were kind of like, so like, you know, getting around, how is that for you? And they take a lot of Ubers, and sometimes they're denied because they have their guide dogs, and you can't have guide dogs in the car. And so like, we didn't think about that. Oh yeah, transportation.
Oh yeah.
And getting up and down the stairs, it's better for somebody to go first, and then Keisha and Ginny would like hear, okay, they're going up or they're going down. So I'm like, oh, I didn't even think about that too. And guiding, sometimes you can be linked arms, and sometimes it's just your elbow. And so, yeah, we also have canes. And so when Keisha was using her cane, I was making sure I was looking at how Keisha was using her cane. And when Keisha was looking more off screen, I was like, okay, Keisha looks directly at the person too. I can look directly at the person too, but just have my eye line off to the side.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really interesting.
Wow, I bet that was really informative.
Yeah,
for you.
It was.
Yeah, and a great experience for them too.
Yeah.
There's other advice that Joseph gives Angela, and that's on dancing.
It is. Yeah.
Was it fun doing that scene with him teaching you to dance?
It was really fun. I'm not the greatest dancer, but I mean, my dad makes any scene like that really fun. So yeah, we had our heartwarming scene, daddy, daughter, and we were talking to each other about the school and making big moves and being more independent. And I think that's a big scene in the series, because that's growth for both Angela and Joseph, to connect as a father and daughter, and also know that change is gonna be okay. And then our dancing scene right after that was really fun.
Yeah. Was it easier or harder because it was your dad?
It was easier because he was making me laugh, and we were also doing it together, so yeah.
Is he a good dancer?
My dad is a great dancer. He did the splits off stage when he graduated. Yeah, he jumped into a split. I can't do any of that. But
Wow, can you still do that?
No, not at all.
So I shouldn't ask him
Not at
to
all.
demonstrate?
No.
So another fun scene this season was the birthday party. You did the dancing. Yeah, talk about that with all the other kids and
That
Allie's
was
party.
really fun. That was also a really big scene. A lot of people were there. A lot of moving parts to it, and we got new attire, new shoes too. We had to learn the Charleston. So we had a choreographer come like every other day. His name was Paul, and he was great. But he would take us in like different groups and be like, okay, you guys work on this. You guys are good. You can do like an alternative of Charleston. And we also do that on the dance floor. I remember that being like a really fun day because I was with one of the actors, Ava, and we were in the back. And I was trying to pour punch, but I wasn't like getting it in the cup, and we were just dying laughing, and everyone was quiet, but I just had to control it, and yeah, that was just a really fun day.
And there's a lot of new characters this season.
Yeah,
Ava
there
being
are.
one of them.
Ava, yes, adult Ava, and then we have our cast
Ava. Oh,
yeah.
sure. Okay, so you were talking about Ava Opal.
Cast, yes, Opal
Yeah.
Ava. We have quite a few characters. I'm pretty excited for the Hardys to see new storylines and new characters.
Yeah.
We have a couple new kids. I mean, the kiddies are the same, but different storylines, and they're in the school more.
A
I'm
lot of
excited for that.
storylines with the kids this season. To
Yeah.
me, it reminded me of earlier seasons
I
where
think so,
they
too.
were driving more of the storylines.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did you think about this new curriculum that Elizabeth was doing for the class?
I thought it was really fun. We did get to go outside of school a lot more. We went down to the pond. We went to the forest. It was pretty fun. That was stuff I missed out as a kid too. Like we were always in school, always in the class, and it reminded me of when I was in elementary school.
Anything surprising this season for you?
I actually think my own storyline, I was surprised by that too, and how my character became more independent. I think also the kids' storylines surprised me in a good way because we're graduated and becoming more independent, and there's more individual storylines for like Grayson, Christian, and Ava, and myself, and Jada. We all kind of had our different paths in the series.
Even as so many of the kids find their own path, longtime fans of the show, I think would be surprised that Lucas Bouchard has been relying so much on the wisdom of Henry Gowan. Chris McNally's on the set with Tiffany to help us explore that connection. Let's take a look.
So Lucas has been working with Henry a lot. I love seeing that Henry come into this role. I mean, Henry's been a little bit at loose ends, kind of figuring out where he's going to fit now that the oil well, all that's dried up and everything. He gets advice from Henry. Why do you think that Lucas relies on him so much?
For me personally, I think that Lucas views Henry as a bit of a father figure. And we know that Lucas has a dad and that I think last we heard he's in London. And we've heard bits of their backstory, but weren't terribly close growing up. And here's somebody who Lucas respects, is sometimes at odds with, but I think that he has seen Henry's arc from the time he entered Hope Valley until now, and see how he's changed and developed as a person and his own moral character. And he's also seen him handle massive amounts of business and sort of be a kingpin in that world and realm. And so I think there's a huge level of respect and acknowledgement of the wisdom that Henry possesses. And so I find any time that Lucas really needs guidance, his natural instinct is to go to Gowan.
He's been right. I mean, a lot of the times, but
Yep.
Gowan really has stepped up and given him good advice.
Yeah.
And in this instance, he offers up the executive order to get this park pushed through. What do you think about Lucas taking that? Because it's going to possibly jeopardize his political future.
I think Lucas is so fed up with trying to get the resort and trying to get this park, and nothing's just working. He's like, if it costs me the governorship, it costs me the governorship. Let's just do something with this land. I'm kind of kidding there, but it's at the point where I think Lucas has been pushed so far, had so much backlash, and it's something that he truly believes in. And so he's at a crossroads where for him, he feels like that is worth the risk, is worth risking giving up the title to at least have something concrete and solid that he has obtained for the people of Hope Valley during his tenure.
Yeah, and keeping his word to Lee.
Well, that's important too.
Yeah. And I think at this point they've mended their friendship. You know, they kind of worked through that, which I think was a nice little arc to see, you know.
I like to say it was a bit nuts.
But
Used that joke before. It's my second time.
so on another note, Edie has revealed to Lucas about this blackmail that's been going on and that she's kind of been between a rock and a hard place. Do you think her revealing that to him has brought them closer?
I would say that it's brought them closer. Yeah, when you open up and show a little bit of vulnerability, I think that's always going to bring two people closer together. It allows Lucas to understand her point of view as well from a personal side, because so far he's only seen the professional lawyer side of it. You know, I'm speaking on behalf of my clients and I'm doing my job, but then this allows him to understand, okay, so it was more than that. You know, you have a personal stake in this. You've been, her uncle has unfortunately gotten tied up in this situation that wasn't fair to him, and now they're stuck here.
I may represent McGinty, but I am also deeply in his debt.
I haven't seen your little tell, so I guess I believe you.
Have you played a role like this before?
I've done a lot of work as, I worked in the theater a lot. So I've actually played a lot of, like period pieces in a way. Like I've got to explore many eras of the past 100 years or so, which is nice. But have I played a lawyer? I don't know if I've played a role like this. I don't think so. I think that her poise and her wit has been really excited to, I've been excited to lean into that and kind of toy around and see.
So you said theater. Do you sing?
I do sing.
I knew it.
Really?
Well,
Is it the voice? Am I singing my
the way, I don't know. That has nothing to do with the way you look. But you look like you could play a Disney princess.
Oh,
and
wow.
you could be, right?
Thank you.
Just
That's
singing.
what an honor. Thank you so much. Tell my 5-year-old self that. She'd love it. Yeah. Yes, I do sing. I sing. I work in musical theater from time to time as well, between film projects and stuff. So yeah, I've been singing. That was kind of the first thing that I started to do as a young one.
Okay, well, you're in good company because a lot of people on this set
I know.
say,
That's when Calls the Heart musical coming?
I
Hope
know.
Valley full musical?
I know. They've incorporated
do
it
it.
more actually singing. They've started to add it because obviously it's people's skill sets.
Totally.
So it's good to
and
include
so,
it.
I mean, I so often actors are obviously such multi-talented people. I meet so many actors that they'll just kind of start singing and they have an amazing voice or a little two-step and they're incredible dancers. You're just constantly impressed by people in this field.
You must dance too.
Dragged it out of me. I do.
Yes, of course.
I did. I actually started as a Highland dancer. I did like very competitive Highland dancing.
Is it what is that, like
It's
river dancing
kind of? It's Scottish. So
Okay.
with the kilts and the bun and the the Highland fling and a lot of jumping. You're jumping constantly. So I was a very competitive Highland dancer for a majority of my life, but then moved into more of a contemporary jazz, again, serving kind of the musical theater world.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk some more about the show
Yes,
and
let's.
AJ McGinty. So what's her relationship with AJ McGinty?
Okay. He's a man of the Hope Valley, Benson Hills area. Definitely a strong presence in the town and the surrounding towns. There was a mudslide many, many years ago, and our family ranch, my Uncle Ernie's ranch, was affected by this mudslide in that cattle belonging to my Uncle Ernie and the Martell family generations past. That cattle no longer had access to graze in the pasture that they'd been using for hundreds of years. In walks Mr. A.J. McGinty with an offer, but an offer that came with some stipulations, let's say. So he's not our favorite guy. He's not the Martell family's favorite guy. He kind of has us in a bit of a corner in that my Uncle Ernie essentially signed a loan with McGinty and thus owes him a lot of money. And given that he has passed, the responsibility of fulfilling that loan falls on Edie's shoulders. So it's a relationship that I think above water she has to maintain just for her own survival. But I think there's some resentment under there as well. And I think Edie's a really loyal person and very fond of her family. So does not want to wrong the family by losing the ranch. But of course is put in a pretty sticky situation. And I think there's a lot of inner turmoil and some battles there. And then add in the relationship with Lucas, who is on the other side of this whole legal debacle, and with whom she has a friendship. So there's this triangle of friendship and maybe attraction and, you know, responsibility and work and career, and then being the sole woman kind of in the middle of this and in a very male-dominated industry, given, you know, law and farming and governance and whatnot. So she's going through it.
She is, and she finally shares all this with Lucas. She tells him the truth.
Yeah.
Why do you think she trusts him with that information?
I think they reach a point in their relationship where she feels comfortable being vulnerable. I think there's been a few opportunities for Edie to really see the real Lucas, and we watch their relationship kind of deepen, and we watch both of them kind of take their guards down. And I think when they are disarmed, they're actually quite similar. And I think that they recognize that with each other. I think they're both ambitious. I think they're both loyal. I think they're both really steady, true people. And I think that it's a moment of Edie she can't hide from him anymore. She doesn't want to lie to him anymore. And feels like this bit of honesty is maybe the first step to her getting out of this mess. Chris is such a pro. He's amazing. Such a kind, lovely person. We actually have some mutual friends, being that we're both actors from Vancouver. So that was kind of nice to connect the dots in a personal sense as well. But he's a lovely guy, awesome actor. We had an initial chemistry read when I was in the process of getting the role. And yeah, it was lovely. Super warm energy. He's so open. Yeah, total pro. I lucked out with my scene partner for sure.
So do you find any similarities between you and Edie?
I think that her tenacity and her strength, I think that's a quality that I aspire to have and hope that I carry myself with in my day-to-day life. So it's been fun to kind of tap into that part in myself. And then also her heart, you know, she's back here for a reason. She wouldn't come back and inherit this mess of a ranch if she didn't really love her family. And I'm really close with my family, and trying to, you know, as an actor, you want to put yourself in these situations. What would I do if I was presented with this failing ranch belonging to my family for generations? And I think I would do the same. I think I would do everything to try and save it and honor the people that I loved and came before me. So I think that's a really nice, heartfelt tie between myself as a person and Edie as a character.
Did you have any input into the character?
I didn't. No, I was totally at the mercy of the writers, which I lucked out. I mean, they're fantastic, and they always write really, exciting, complex characters. But really grateful to have played a character that has so much grit and has complexity and is layered and great scenes, great dialogue. Yeah, grateful for that.
Do you think Edie will stick around in Hope Valley?
Who's to say? I think that she certainly has ties here, given that she has this ranch that she needs to either get back running or tie up. She has certain relationships that I think we haven't really seen the end of yet. I think that with every episode, we kind of see her settling into Hope Valley a little bit more. So it would be lovely to stick around for the foreseeable future, but who knows, there may be a neighboring town in need of a lawyer, and she's ready to hop to the job.
Well, I hope she stays. Would you like to stay?
I would love to stay. Yes, I would be really honored to have Edie stick around. It'd be amazing.
Well, I hope she does.
Me too.
I'd love to see
Let's put it out there.
I want to see Lucas happy.
The Hardys need Lucas happy. And yes, he deserves a good woman.
He does.
If that's Edie, I'm grateful to be the woman for the job.
Well, seeing as you're here now, I'm wondering if you might want to join me for dinner, if you're free. A working dinner.
Yes, I could be amenable to a working dinner.
Miranda told me that you guys did a chemistry read. Yeah, how did that go? Well, obviously it went well. She got the part, but the experience.
Miranda, they asked my opinion, and I said, anyone but Miranda, please.
Did you know her?
No, I'm joking. I didn't say
Oh, okay.
that.
I thought maybe you worked together before.
No. No, the chemistry was great. It was, honestly, it was a tiring afternoon. It was about 4 hours straight, what seemed like 4 hours straight of reads, so kind of a gauntlet of sorts. And there was something about Miranda's read that stuck out to me. And so when, it just stayed with me. I really enjoyed our chemistry. And coming in not knowing each other, it's a quick hello, and then we start reading. We go right into the scene, and from that first moment, when we started that first scene, there was something kind of playful and I don't know. It's hard to describe, I guess, but it stuck with me. And so when they told me that Miranda had been cast as EDOs, I was pleased with that. And
yeah,
it's been great working with her.
Yeah, and the hard thing to describe is chemistry.
Right.
I mean, and it's something between the two of you. Obviously, it's not necessarily romantic chemistry, but just as actors, that you connect on a certain level, which is great.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming back. And
thanks for hanging out at the Mercantile.
This is the first time we've been in here.
There's plenty of goods for sale.
Yeah.
I see we have magazines and newspapers now.
Some comic books.
Yes. Yep. There they are.
And hazelnuts.
Well, we have quite a booming hazelnut business right now in Hope Valley.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been a fun storyline too. Henry and the hazelnuts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like this softer side of Henry. I didn't get to ask him. I was going to ask him if he enjoyed the early Henry, where he's bad guy, versus the softer Henry. You guys are good friends.
So I think, Martin and I are close. I think that I'm answering for him, but if that question was, if I was in his position, they both offer very kind of fulfilling and interesting journeys in their own right. So I think they're both fun, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
As getting to play in those different arenas. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as an actor, you want to do different things, right? I mean, that's the whole reason you're in the business, is to stretch yourself and grow.
Yeah. Every day's different.
Yeah. It's a cool job.
I mean, it's my favorite job.
And he just does an incredible job at his favorite job. Can you guys imagine anybody else playing Lucas Bouchard? I mean, I honestly tried. I can't imagine anybody doing it. Not the way he does it. It's impossible. Great job, casting department, and great job with Miranda too. I mean, another just incredible choice for an incredible season. We've only got 3 to go, and we'll be with you guys every step of the way right here on the Super Channel Heart and Home After Show. See you next week. Thanks again, everybody.